item pulled in 17.02. Dr. Pace, you have any discussions?
I would just simply say that 17.01, I shared with the board my intention to bring forward on July the 1st in my board update.
Yes.
While I was on vacation, I just became more and more stressed and uncomfortable with where we are in the guardian training, and I know that the board had some discomfort as well with that process. So it is my recommendation that we permit 2 of our staff members who volunteered and started the training yesterday, with the understanding that should the board decide to go in a different direction today, they'll go back to their regular duties tomorrow, to complete the guardian training, to provide us with that sense of assurance of that depth and quality of training. I know that Mr. Melendez has spoken with one of those individuals and has received assurance that they will be candid in their response, and with the understanding that neither one of them would act in a guardian role until we come back to the board with changes in policy and a job description that would allow them to do that as a supplement to their current assigned duties, and that I have no intention as the superintendent to recommend expansion or growth of a guardian program in our school district. I firmly support the board's upcoming resolution and place great value on school resource officers in all of our schools for all the reasons that we've already discussed. But I also have, as superintendent, some discomfort in terms of where we are with this situation and the lack of control that I feel like we have to ensure that I have someone at every school every hour of every day, that students aren't present to meet the requirements of the statute and the administrative rules that were just passed this summer. So that's my recommendation for 17.01, and I would ask that we pull 17.02 because we have no authority for that contract to move forward without the piggyback, please.
Okay, well, I'll move to approve 1701.
Second with discussion.
I have a motion by Mr. Bass, a second by Mr. Melendez with discussion. All those in favor?
You had discussion, didn't you?
Is it,
Yeah,
but you're,
the discussion.
okay.
That's okay, it's late.
I don't know.
It's late, Madam Chair.
We can just go on, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to confirm that Dr. Pace, and I did speak with her and have the assurance, because again, I did the task force and I got to really know this issue intimately. Unfortunately, the law enforcement agencies are kind of like pushing on us, and we'll talk about the SRO contract later on the other one. But at the end of the day, I think it is prudent, because I have been looking at other jurisdictions like Hillsborough County, Duval County, and they all have some kind of hybrid approach at some point in time. And these guys are both directors. I don't see them as full-time guardians. It's like a worst-case scenario insurance policy. The sky falls. There's nobody at the school. Kissimmee, it could be an emergency. Let's say KPD had a desire to put an SRO. A huge mass casualty incident occurs. They have to pull them, and they need everybody to be there. And then worst-case scenario, they cover that as a floater. So I don't see Ryan Adams, our director of athletics, or Russell Gold working full-time as a guardian, because they make more being district administrators, providing value to that extent. And then I did, in fact, have that conversation with Mr. Adams, and I discussed it with the superintendent, so she's aware of it, that I want an honest assessment, though. That's the only thing about it. I want Mr. Adams to tell us, what is the curriculum like? Is it good? Is it not good? I want honest feedback. Does it have enough, curriculum? Does it too much firearms? I want them to give us, so in a way, I'm kind of curious to see how the sheriff actually implements the training program. And is he meeting the standards that we think that would be successful? So I think if anything, that has value in itself, that we actually got people studying the program and giving us that valuable feedback on whether or not it's appropriate. So I just want to let them know that, again, echo the superintendent, it's not that I want to use guardians, the law enforcement agencies. Again, I'll save it for the SRO contract, but they didn't even want to have a long-term contract with us. So they're indicating that they don't want to participate with us very amicably. So we have to do this. We're almost like forced in a corner to at least address it. And I think, and I thank you, Dr. Pace, for being candid with me and keeping me up to date on that from the very beginning. So I will support this, wholeheartedly moving forward.
Thank you. Do we have Mr. Arguello?
Yeah. Does that mean that these 2 individuals will be armed on campus?
Not until we change board policy. They can't actually perform the guardian role even after they complete the training without a change in board policy and the establishment of a job description. Even though it wouldn't be a full-time job description, it would be a supplemented position. So that was my other assurance to you.
But this issue here also provides for the purchase of the arms and the safe and.
Yeah, what is he stored?
We have to have equipment in order for them to even complete the training. We're borrowing some right now. But like I said, it doesn't mean that it would be used until it comes back to the board as a policy change.
That's a
for adoption.
technicality, though. Where would it be
Well,
stored?
no, yeah, so
If
where-
we buy the gun, where does he hold it? I mean, after the training is completed, where does it get stored?
It's gonna get secured here in a place that nobody can get to.
There's a specific,
Security purposes, we don't need to say exactly
Dr.
specific.
Pace ran,
Mr.
I got
Dr.
It's fine.
Dr. Pace ran this by me. I strongly legally supported this because we ultimately, with the state, get accountable to constantly check on the charter schools. So we need to understand what we're checking on. And right now, we have no idea because nobody sat with the superintendent or staff and said, here's how we're gonna train people. So we're gonna embed them, but those guns are not gonna be walking around this district.
without us knowing.
Exactly.
correct.
So, but they will be being paid the supplement.
If they fully complete the training, I felt like they deserve
I'm
something
okay,
for
I'm all
adding
for,
that
I'm
onto
all
their-
for people getting paid more, so it's that, I got no issues.
They're giving up their Fridays because they have to go to training 5 days a week.
I'd rather have my Friday than $750.